All right, so hey, Ridgeview High School Jazz Band. I'm gonna show you today how to make a video using Audacity and the internet, obviously, and a video editing program. That's what I'm gonna show you guys how to do today in this particular video. So I'm gonna have my computer screen up here for you guys so you can see kind of what I'm doing and how I'm manipulating the programs and stuff, and hopefully this will help you to better complete your assignments on Google Classroom, or just for fun if you ever want to do this for fun. And this is not really a class that I've ever taken. This is just trial and error from months and months of playing and recording this stuff. And I did make some videos of like pop covers and stuff that I've done, and I'll link to those in the description of this video so that you can check out like what this could sound like, if you get your hands wrapped around this. So without further ado, let's go and show you the screen and how to do this. So thanks. Okay, so let's say you want to make a video playing over a jazz standard, or make a recording for one of these assignments that you have to do for jazz band class. So I'm going to give you a little bit of guide on how I would do it, how I've done it in the past. Hopefully this helps you in your journey to doing the assignments. Hopefully this will be applicable to whatever software you have. If it's not, it'll give you some tips, and you guys are probably more savvy at it than I am, so we'll figure out the rest. So first thing you need to do is grab a backing track and rip it off of YouTube. So I'm going to pick Have You Met Miss Jones, because that's the standard that I like, that I'm working on right now. So go Have You Met Miss Jones backing track is what I would pick. So these ones that are from the Learn Jazz Standards YouTube channel are generally pretty good. These are the ones that I would use. So go ahead and click that, and if you want to hear it, you can go ahead and hear it. That's what it sounds like. So it's nice and balanced and professional. That's why I like that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go right-click the search bar up here, go copy. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to a site that I like to use called y2mate.com. It's over the internet YouTube downloader. This is nice because you don't have to download anything onto your computer. So if you're using a Chromebook, obviously you can't do that if you're using one from school, or just if you just don't want to do that because of security issues and viruses and stuff. This is what I like to use. So go ahead and right click and put paste, and you'll see all your downloading options. Go to MP3 because you don't really want the video, you just want the audio. So go ahead and click download. Then put download again. That's going to put it onto your computer. Go click on all these ads. So now you've got it down here. So now next what you want to do is go to Audacity. I was already doing something here, so let me X some of this out. So this is what your home screen on Audacity looks like. You can go ahead and search free Audacity download on Google or something, and it'll come up there. And it's free. It's a quick download, and really, it's really useful for basic editing and stuff like that. So I really like it, and I learned how to use it in college. It's pretty easy. So go ahead and go to File, go to Import, go to Import Audio. Then you're going to look for your backing track. There it is right there. So wait for that to go. All right. Wait for that. And there you go. There's your audio. There is your backing track on there. Let's hit play up here so you can get a sense for what it sounds like in here. just the same as the YouTube, but you can add new tracks. So this is where you're going to put your playing over this song on a new track. So go to tracks, go to add new, go to stereo track. And there you go. There is where you are going to play your standard, whichever one you choose. Okay, so turn the gain up a little bit here. So now that you've got your track in here and you've got your separate saxophone track or trumpet track or clarinet track or whatever, you can start the recording process. Now, if you want to make a video out of this, you're going to have to be able to record a video of yourself doing that, and I have that with the webcam right there, or the my camcorder rather. You can do it with your phone. You can do it with the video recorder app on your computer, and I will tell you how to splice those two things together later. I don't know if you need to have a video or not. If you want to just do the audio, that's also fine, I think. But I'm going to show you how to do both. So make sure that our instrument track here is selected. So if you select this one like this, it looks like that, and then it's going to record over this. We don't want to do that. So make sure that is selected and it's this blue color rather than this kind of white color. So all you have to do is just set up your microphone, which I got my microphone right here. You don't have to have this fancy microphone. You just do it from your computer or whatever. And go ahead and hit record, and I will play a chorus of this tune for you so you can get an idea of what this is about. So that's how you would do that, and obviously you've got your video camera rolling so that you can splice them together. Obviously, you're going to have to do more than just turn that up. You're going to have to do more than just one chorus or whatever, but that's the idea. So now you can, as you can see, we have our audio, our backing track here, and our saxophone track right here. So with Audacity, there's a lot of cool things you can do with EQing and delay and all sorts of things, which I think is pretty cool. Now that we've got our saxophone and our backing track in here, I'm going to show you some cool things you can do with editing the sound and making it sound a little bit cooler, a little bit better. And it's really not that hard, and you don't have to do this, but I might as well put it in there since I'm doing this anyway, so that you guys know how to manipulate Audacity a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not very good at this either, but this is the things that I've discovered while, fuddling with this thing. So what you want to do is the two things that are really going to make your sound really sound a lot better on the recording are going to be these two effects here. One of them is called equalization, and all that means is it's just manipulating the certain frequencies in your sound to boost certain ones and diminish certain other ones and make your sound better. So go ahead and click on that. And this is the preset EQ that I have for all my recordings. This, just for trial and error, this is the thing that seems to work the best. Generally for instruments, it's probably better to boost this, kind of low middle register, because that's where all the meat of the sound is, and getting rid of these really high, bright pitches. And that's where all your key clicks and stuff are going to be too. So you can kind of decrease the amount of key clicking you have if you're a saxophone player and you hear all this clicking in your audio that you don't want. All this while boosting up all that rich, reedy sound in here. And that's just what worked for me. Trial and error is really the best way to really discover how you're going to do this better. So I'm going to click OK, and that's going to apply this particular EQing to my audio. Now see how this is smaller right here? So that kind of means that if my audio peaks anywhere, which means I play so loud that it's louder than the tolerances of the microphone, and it has that weird, buzzing at the top end of it, that'll get rid of that also. And it'll make it a little bit more in line with what we're going on right here. So that's the first one that I do. Second one is going to be reverb. And I'm sure you guys know what that is, but it basically mimics the sound of playing in an open room. Like my living room is particularly bad with reverb, and it's almost to the point where I can't practice in there anymore. But a little bit of reverb is actually good, and it's going to make your sound kind of sound more professional. So here's my setting for reverb. It's pretty much right in the middle. All these sliders, I can't tell you what all these are. But honestly, this is what works for me. Just have everything right down the middle. And I'm going to click OK, and that's going to apply that. So now what the next thing you want to do is you want to play your track right now with all the effects in there. And then I'm going to tell you what these sliders here do. So let's hear it. See how much better that sounds? It sounds like I'm playing in a room rather than just dry. So I think that's pretty cool. But see how you notice something too. You notice that the saxophone isn't very loud, and this is kind of overpowering it. So that's where these sliders here come in. So this is your overall track gain, which basically gain is just how loud it sounds in the project that you're working on. So the gain on the saxophone is a little bit low. You can't really hear it. So what I would do is just click this slider and move it up a little bit, maybe 5. Then let's play that and see what that sounds like. See, that sounds way better, right? Because you can actually hear the saxophone and it's not overpowering that. So I would keep it there. That's where I would keep that. Again, every one is different. You're just going to have to go by trial and error. So the next thing I want to do is I want to pan the backing track and the saxophone track from left to right, and that makes it sound a little bit better. I don't know what the physics are behind that, but it kind of does. So I like to move this maybe 30% to the left, not way over here, because that'll make it sound funky, but just 30% to the left, and this is going to be 30% to the right. And if you're wearing headphones, you can really hear it. So let's hear what that sounds like. I like that. I think that sounds better. Right? And that's all you really need to do. And really, that sounds pretty professional, I think. This program is pretty cool. It really does a lot for you, and it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. If you want to get something like Logic or Pro Tools or something, first you're going to have to get a Mac, which are like thousands of dollars, and then buy the Logic or Pro Tools, which is almost another $1,000. And really, I mean, that's for more creating your own tracks and stuff, which that's more of a compositional tool than anything else. This is just putting audio together that's pre-recorded. Obviously, I'm not recording instruments through here, although you could. Like, you could have a studio set up and just use Audacity and literally make an album, just record all the instruments separately. That is something that people do. But, just for the purposes of this, it's easy to just rip the track off of there and put your saxophone or whatever in there, and then you've got a pretty cool track that you have and you play. And that's how I have made the tracks. So next I'm going to show you guys how to put this into a video and using my own video editing software because I know how to use it. I did pay for it, and I don't think it's not that much, but it's like a subscription thing. So I'm not saying any of you guys have to buy it. You don't. Just, probably Windows Movie Maker will do similar things. But I'm just going to use mine because I'm familiar with it. Okay, so now that we've got our audio all taken care of here, let's go ahead and make this into a video. So how would you make it into a video? So first what you want to do is make sure to save this, save project as, and I'm going to put have you met Miss Jones. Boom. Excuse my terrible typing skills. I never took typing in high school because I was an idiot. So there you go. This might take, a minute, half a minute or something, I guess. Partially because it's 7 minutes long. Probably should have shortened that up a little bit. You know what? Let's do that. So redo it. So cancel. So now what you can do is, if you need to shorten this up, just go to File, highlight it, File, Cut, just like anything else, and just do that. So that'll make it easier to save. So go ahead, save project as have you met Miss Jones. Again, and that shouldn't take very long. Forgive me, my computer is very slow. But hopefully, maybe next year I'll buy a new one, because this one's pretty bad. But it served me well through college there at Northridge, so it's kind of like I have a sentimental attachment to it. Ironically enough, why you'd have a sentimental attachment to a computer, but I kind of do a little bit. Okay, so that's going to save. So now what we want to do is we want to go to export. So like it's the opposite of import. You're going to convert this file to an MP3 file. You can do a WAV also, but MP3 is a little bit more universal. So let's go ahead and do that. So save as MP3 file, and then go ahead and save. And click that OK on that one. And that doesn't take that long at all. So now we've got an MP3 of our saxophone audio, our track here. So now what you want to do is you want to go to your video editing software. This is VideoPad by NCH. I believe you can use this free for anywhere from a month to 3 months maybe, and then you have to subscribe. But I think there's a certain amount of time where you can use this for free. So if you want to use this one, go ahead. I don't even know if it's the best one, to be honest. This is the one that I picked because it was recommended to me by somebody on the internet, and here we go, and I know how to use it now. But if you're using Movie Maker, I'm sure it's a similar idea on how to use this. So now go ahead and click your audio files, and then go ahead and find your MP3. It should be in you should have a file created. It should automatically create an Audacity file, and it should be in here. And the MP3s are going to be the ones that this kind of icon, and these are going to be the Audacity projects, which you can't export. That's why we exported it, so that you can put it into this VideoPad project here. All right, there it is. Have you met Miss Jones? So go ahead and click and drag and copy that bugger in there. So now you've got that. Now what you want to do is you go to video, and you want to make sure that you want to get your video in there. So obviously, if you're doing it from your phone, all you need to do is plug your phone into your Chromebook or your computer and transfer that over. I'm sure you guys have done that 1,000 times. I don't need to show you how to do that. But what you do want to do, however, is, in my experience, it works best if you copy the files from your camcorder or from your phone into your computer before you put it into VideoPad because it doesn't really like to do that. Go from your phone into VideoPad. It for whatever reason, it just doesn't. Not exactly sure why, but it doesn't like that. And so here, quarantine video one less one. This is it. This is the what I'm going to use. So go ahead and click and drag. So see, now we have a little bit of an issue because we have we have a separate audio file, but then we have a video and an audio in here. So what you want to do is right click on this and click unlink audio and video. And then what it's going to do is it's going to put the audio over here from the video. And then what you want to do is just go ahead and cut that. So now you have a video with no audio and an audio with no video. So that's how you're going to sync up these two things. So with this program, it kind of has these little windows where you can work. So what you want to do is you want to find out where I start playing. So I believe it's around here somewhere where I start playing. So let's go ahead and play that. So that's kind of where that's about. So I have to turn the gain down, and that's about where I start playing right here. So let's shorten this video up to about right there, so we're a little bit easier to deal with. So we'll go about to right there or so, and that's, I think, about where I stop. So let's go ahead and cut the time to about right there. So now that we have this smaller video, now go ahead and click back on this, and you want to move this to your video track. So go ahead and click and drag on there, and that's going to be where your video track is. Now, you want to put your audio track down there. So go ahead and click and drag, put your audio track down there. And here's where the kind of art comes into it. So you're going to have to figure out where you start playing in the video and where you start playing in the audio and kind of sync those up a little bit. So what I like to do is just mute the audio and just play the video and see where I start playing. And usually you know where you start playing in the audio because you can see it. See right there, that's where I start playing. Or right there, or something like that. So as soon as you find that, go ahead and pause it so that's where I start playing about right there. So now you want to move your audio to about where that is and see if that lines up. So let's go ahead and line that up. And then let's go back to the beginning and go ahead and put play. Oh, I gotta oops. Gotta unmute that. Duh. I'm not the most technologically savvy person in the world. So it's a little bit off. So let's figure out, let's manipulate things a little bit here. So where I start playing is about right there. So let's move this back a little bit more. Nope. Keeps doing that snapping thing. Okay. Sometimes it's a little bit slow. All right. Well, we want to see the video here. I want to click on the video track so you can actually see the videos. What's going on? There we go. All right, let's try that. Okay, see, I overcorrected a little bit now. I have to... See, this is kind of a balancing act a little bit doing this. It's not as hard as it seems, but you're just going to have to, just fuss around with it a little bit and to get it to the right spot. And then once you get to the right spot, it's fine. So that's pretty close. I'm still a little bit off. Let me see if I can get it a little bit closer. You hear it again. So here what you kind of want to look at is, are your audio ahead of your video? Is your video ahead of your audio? So the video is ahead of the audio. So what we want to do is we want to move the video back a little bit or the audio ahead a little bit. So let's move the audio ahead just a little bit. Just maybe about right there, and see if that makes a difference. And there you go. That's exactly where I start. And that's about right in, they're pretty much synced up exactly right. So now that you got it synced up, you can align the audio and the video so they come in the same place. So you can snap that in without moving the dumb thing. Sometimes this program does kind of stupid. So you can move this back a little bit like that. For whatever reason, this doesn't want to do that. But so you can move this back. You can move the video back to where it is. And now your audio and your video start in the same place, and they are all synced up together. So let's go ahead and play that and see what happens. And there you go. Let's go to the end. So the last step to this would just be to save project. So you go to save project as, save it as Have You Met Miss Jones demo for this case, because I'm demoing it to you guys. And I already saved that, so that's fine. So then the last step would be you would export the video. So go to export, go to video file, and set the quality you want. I'm going to go 720 because it's probably going to be the fastest, although I'm not going to do it anyway. So all you have to do is that, and then it'll be an MP4 file, so you can create that. I'm not going to do it because it's going to take forever, but create MP4 file. Then after that, just go to your YouTube page, upload it to YouTube, and then copy and paste the link into the Google Classroom assignment box. And that is the last step. And that's the end. And that is how you would make a video using Audacity and microphones and this VideoPad video editor. So if you have any questions, contact me about how to do this. And obviously it doesn't have to be quite as complicated as this, but I don't think it was very complicated, and it's pretty fun actually to do this. And I'm actually going to use this VideoPad video editor to edit the video that you guys are watching right now. So without further ado, that's the end of the video, and hopefully it gives you some tips on how to make a quality recording and video. See you next time.